and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is one way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary conditions. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country. So that country will provide the avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What I happened yesterday was wrong, it's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth. That is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism of those who are coming at the hem of the earth. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woe, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
It's in a political monopolism and mallocution. It's in a financial and economic antiquism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a program. What a political holy. What a political hoity-toity. What a political goody-goody. What a political hocus-pocus they have come with. What a political jabberwock. What a political poppycock. What a political couple they call. With this concentration, I ask that you accept my pentinacious circumlocution. Accept my pentinacious circumambagous, grandiloquence, and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not control in Japoho. I will refuse to control in Japoho. Thank you. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is legal and concatudinous that in a lecopla, in an imbecile, flagitious, and enervating lemata, they expeditively ruminate how the recidivistical politicals move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. Now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating thing with the financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous demonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum. balderdash, and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian that it is crystal clear, like the biblical mene teke you've seen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not koto in their poho. Today, what we get in return, what we get in appreciation is the colossal, gargantua, high cost of living. What an opprobrium, what an odium, what an ignominious memento. That even at the barbituration of the somewhat acclimatized by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanical, boisterous, energetic, and a rooting, but today for party affiliation, sentiments, for political somnambulism and malocclusion, he has chosen to remain close-mouthed, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming, meaning he has foretold in their home. That is what you get when the hobo, pejoratively hobnobs with the hobgoblin, have been bamboozled, razzled-dazzled, razzmatazz politically. Where I said he was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a lung disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. This impedimental, combustible, and volatile in its maximum exonerate reminds me of the biblical Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. What germinated the abnegation, the repudiation? What an academic mwahaha, academic yo caused by this political political yogos in their leadership protocol, leadership reverberation, in conjunction with administrative amusement, poly, and discombobulation. In the obstreperous, malevolent shenanigans and hocus pocus agenda. Your boo-boo has put into your business the bifurcation and abdication of the vision in the name of honorificability to the just to score 3 political points. And now, you see, the stilty, politicals of foreign motives and the fact that you and I know the laboration of their eleemosinaries, ostentatious and libidinous lifestyle shows that they are out. Oh, obliteration, mutilation, decapitation. Say no to this academic banditism, academic nocambulism, and academic malocclusion, which their children are not part of. It's in a political hogomondogous way. Yes, the Muay Thai. We are in a debilitating, lobotomizing, and ignominious political muahaha. Political political holy poly. Tell Mr. President, we are tired of the Mendesiloquence, prostitute, and sabanism. Yes, Mendesiloquence. Telling lies in an awful way, prostitute, propaganda. This is erotic, diversion. This is voluptuous. Who is this clamorously clamorous and explicitious latitudinarian? Should she be a vital in her heart or a tyro? Immaculately, a corroboration of a captivating and a charming. Oh my God, this is sonorous, salubrious, and a reverberistic resonance. Let's make this moment reactivationistic, tenacious, and agglutinative. Pardon my manners, I am not a twaddler, but a logomaniac, a sesquipedalian, a rooting tooting, benevolent and not malevolent, a prodigy, a chorus kid, an enigma, a virtuoso who doesn't believe in the male chauvinism. And I reside in a collocation of the intellectual producers, not mediocres. I am not into malpractice. I am only here to stir up your emotional rococo and scare away the yobos For me to fall into lustration with this voluptuous, erotic, and vivacious inamorato. Never mind, I unleash my grandiloquence and vocabulary like the organic molecules, reminding you of the movement of your slow programs in the days of the Alaquata Main. What? My amorousness, gregariosity, avariciousness, and cupidity has led me into the transcendental and transformation of this inoculated concupiscence, where I saw my consanguinity's advice has been vituperative, contumelous, and contumacious. Oh, what an irreparable relegation! Oh, yes, no, it reminds me of the biblical Eloi Eloi Lama Sabatani and the musical Emi Demi Semi Wefa. Oh, could it be melodramatic? Could it be mendacious, meretricious, rather veracious? Now I'm in a limbo and quandary. What an emotional perturbation. What a petulant and venomous egoistic deflection. I thought I have found my man. Oh, now I have to kowtow in this poho. I must kowtow in this poho.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is one way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away, the regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth. And that is very much
important. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policy. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
So it's another day again. 1 full week has come to an end. Thank you so much for being with us and still with us. We've got the issues to talk about. On this 20th day of June 2025, in the reign of Judo Christopher. And as we talk the issues that are retrogressing Liberia, resisting them to progress, we give money. And the King's Cash giveaway is on. Start playing, keep playing, always play. That star 79 and star 24 hard play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. And then the weekend will get jolly for you. I'm Sam Andrews. Therefore, we are to God Almighty, our Creator and Sustainer, who has kept watch, continue to keep watch over us. He is the God of the universe. We are grateful unto Him for His protection. We are within the one that went back from the 10 that said, thank you for not only healing me, but protecting me. Thank you. And God who loves gratitude, God who loves praise, which encourages him to do even more, asks a simple question. Weren't you 10? Where are the other 9 to come back and show gratitude? From Monday to Friday, God overs us, overs this institution, Kings 88.5, protect us collectively and individually out of this institution. He remains with us. His presence goes with us and brings us back. We ought to show that gratitude. God isn't saying anywhere on the earth apart from heaven to go to Him and say, yeah, it's a reward for your protection, your healing, your mercy and goodness. But He requires us all to show that heart of gratitude because He is the God who has the final say. Gratitude to God, He opens the window of opportunities and He protects. We are grateful to God Almighty for taking us from Monday all the way to today, Friday. He couldn't have done it any better than He did. And so we are grateful to Him. We thank Him for everything that He has done and continue to do. What a God He is, faithful in all of His ways, never, ever reneging on His promises. Yes, He is that good, good God. He is that blessed Savior. He is so good, worthy to be praised, because He's always there for us. And He continues to be there for everyone, you too. Yes. So we are grateful. We thank Him for everything, everything, everything. Yes, it is another day, another great day. We are grateful to God to see this day. Mm. This time in the reign of Judo Christopher. ah, Judo Christopher. What a God He is. He keeps watch over Judo Christopher. He keeps watch over the Nebuchadnezzar. He keeps watch over all the Baba people there, Baba rulers. Wicked men there. Baba, he gives them time to repent. Yes, he gives the wicked rulers time to repent. If they can repent and feel that they know it all, then he forces them into repentance. He keeps watch over the good people, over the good radio station, credible radio stations. He keeps watch over the honest, realistic, nationalistic, patriotic talk show hosts. He is that God who is faithful. We trust him, we believe in him, and we show a depth of gratitude. We can get started without bringing on my dear. How she called the name is a bit long, but the song is titled I Know Who Holds Tomorrow. Every tomorrow, God is in it, and God takes us through into every tomorrow and brings us into every today as we are in today. I know who holds tomorrow. A depth of gratitude to God as we get started. He is the God who holds our hand, who knows our future, who knows the next day, who brings us into the next day and who takes us into the night. Grateful we are to him. Ralph Cooper, Denver, Colorado. Sam Coleman, 16th Street. Melvin Destiny Power. Good to have you on. Thank you so much. You are a good person. Thank you. We appreciate everything. And we are partners. We are together. Thank you so much. So much. William Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, the United States. Clarence Dwyer, your hustle ground. Joshua Huga, Painesville, Red Light, Benson, W. Victor, Do Community, Kakaba, Justice, Gade, Chicken Stew Factory, District 12, Mary Tooley, New Georgia Estate, Barbara Rose Stanford, Brooklyn City, the United States, Smith G. Wulu, 12 Street, that's District 12, Maserati County, Daniel Towan, Battery Factory, Musa Sharif, New Georgia, Gatnosville, George Willie, Red Light, Max Wule, District 13, Battery Factory, Heron Toll, Carwell, Stephen Yakade, District 2, Lower Magibi County, Pocket Change, Quebec, Canada, Diane Davis, Manhattan, the United States of America, Asata Miller, So Clinic Community, Red Light, Jack Foley, Tombikai, Bible College, Junction, Broville, Elizabeth Thomas, Samuel Doe, Liberian journalist, Samuel Doe. Good to have you on. Liberian journalist, Samuel Doe, Samson Kerry, Lawrence Harris Jr., Matilda Stevens. Good to have you on. Good that you are on and hope that you are faring well from your end. Jackson C. Pony of Iron Factory, Block C, member of the Intellectual Center, Block Titan, alongside your chairman, Romancio Latupan, Cannibal or Rico for short, the everlasting chairman, the down to earth chairman, the common citizen chairman, the chairman who does not discriminate but accepts everybody, does what he can for everybody, a chairman that you want to be in his presence, a die-hard supporter of George Mane Weah, the chairman who, even whatever you say, whichever way you say, he tolerates people view, be you sedition, unity party, LPC, APC, whatever. Nothing moves him, but he is that character that has uh, that humble spirit, respects everybody's view, and there's good joy and laughter that move on. Good to come across such a person. Such people are only few on earth, and I am grateful of him when you hear me talking about him like that because I had the opportunity to be in his presence. You never know about how good a person is until you get into the person's presence. The same way, you never know how bad the person is until you get into his presence. I am happy. This is a glorious opportunity to have had the opportunity to be in the presence of Romancio Latupan, Cannibal of Rico Foster. It's the weekend, and thank you all. Y'all stay expressing concern. Thank you. You people have taken on ownership now. Yeah. At least we talk, and you people have taken ownership of what we've been telling you people about, helping us to uh, keep the station moving, the sustainability aspect. You people have raised concerns. Some of you people want to ask. Some of you asking questions here and there. So we are inspired by everything you have done and you continue to ask. And we appreciate all of you. You are so good. You're so massive. So you see, we are partners. Like this, we are motivated. We are inspired because this is a warfare. This is the warfare. We are in this thing up to 2029, and nobody enters a warfare and is not fortified. Neither would they not solicit support from the other side. A classic example: the war between Israel and Iran. Uh, Israel is seeking the assistance of the United States. No one is an island. Everybody needs everybody, whether people mock us or not. That's what God said. God wouldn't come to King's FM, ask for our boss, AB, and go in his office and say, I am God Almighty. I heard you need XYZ, so I've come to ask you to put your list before me. No, God does not. God moves when you're ready. Then he said, oh, but you making any effort? When you say yes, you say good. Because that effort is what God uses to open window of opportunities. But when you are exerting no effort, then God wouldn't exert effort. God is the second and the last person. So when we exert as we are exerting effort now, if you have seen reason to help us, then God said, good. Maybe we like you and your people, I will help you. I will create this, I will create that. Just like that. There are so many instances in the Bible, but I often reference Second Kings chapter 4 because in there, God, the thing what I'm explaining is there clear. What did the man of God, what did God tell the woman? He said, go. The first thing are two things. One was a question, and the other was a command. He said, what do you have in your house? The woman said, I don't have anything but just a jar of oil, small oil. He said, good. That all I need. That all I will multiply. Then the second thing he said to the woman, listen, this is how I said everything. He said, go into the community and ask your neighbor for help. Many I have already touched their hearts individually. The only thing you need to do is to go and receive. So we appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, what you have started doing, and will continue to do will help us all the way into 2029. It's not easy, but we sign up for it and we are facing it head on. Thank you all again. Let's get started. Today is the weekend. The weekend. So the birthday is on July 1st. So I hope that you people have marked that down in your diary, July 1st. Okay? You are good people. Thank you all. Let's get started. We talk just two political issues and then we move on to something else. Today is Friday. I think we'll try to be a little bit therapeutic because that's what radio is all about. Yeah. It's just that our culture is polycentric. That's what our culture is. Meaning, when you're talking politics, nobody wants to listen to you and nobody going to listen to you. And you can blame the people because that's how everything is from the foundation. So if you open a radio station today and you start to talk about agriculture, about uh, just things that are not political, if you have two or three persons listening to you, then you tell God thank you. Everybody will attempt not to, they will go to the radio station that is discussing politics because that's how our society is. It is fully polycentric. It is. Everything is tied in politics. So you see, people are so obsessed. And it is not bad, it's good. At least it's educating people, getting people to develop the curiosity to know what is happening, how it's happening, who is doing what, and what bearing it's going to have on them directly or indirectly. It is good. Gradually, gradually, our society will get enlightened to other things like agriculture, business, social stuff. Yeah. So, where do we start? Let's go to the police station, not on the Capitol building arson, no, but the killing, the killing of what transpired, not literal death, not the death of anybody. I am going figurative. The killing, figuratively, if you are in the intellectual side and you say we're about to kill this, it means you are about to tell how it got killed before. I told you people that what Gregory Coleman came up with was a smokescreen. He was saving face. Nothing of anything was going to come of it. That was the end. And I said that I blame the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Janga Ko, for being too hasty out of no reasoning whatsoever. Not that he isn't human, he's normal. But what I mean out of reasoning, the very day, in less than no time, he ran to the media, called press conference, explaining this, explaining that. Well, that was his timing. But beyond that, what happened? The police director was made to go free, relax, was made to say some awful things which he should not have said about that scene because he knew that the scene was awful, not representative of the police, show a very damning bad picture of the police having gone viral, pretended like the police was taking it serious when he announced perfunctorily, reluctantly, They've sent the video to the professional standard division to review it. Parties chairman, as far as I've known in this country, really don't position themselves as party chairman. No disrespect to them. I am saying it from what I'm seeing over the time. The senator that the police manhandle in the United States that most unity party people were using as justification for the police action here. What did the man do? The manhandling was not the end of it. Follow the story. He did not call a news conference and blast that, and then that's all. The matter has gone to another level now, besides having the support of his colleagues. In this case, you are not an ordinary person. The party chairman of a political party is a high-profile figure at the level of minister, of legislator, senator. The party chairman is not an ordinary person. It is in Liberia, the party chairman looks down upon himself or herself, or the people see party chairman to just be a mere chairman. The party chairman is equivalent to a minister, a legislator, a senator, an ambassador. Party chairman is not a small person. The person who runs, who manages the day-to-day affairs of the ruling establishment or the institution that gave birth or created the ascendancy of that political institution. What happened? That is the end. The police, when you did absolutely nothing, you weren't agitating, you weren't causing stir, you weren't blocking, you weren't infringing on the rights of anybody whatsoever or whosoever, not even the police officers. You were exhibiting your right as a person and the chairman of your party, because your people were being incarcerated or jailed. You were speaking to Liberians that were uncomfortable to come down because of the emotional outburst. The police knew that you are the chairman of CDC. Even before Janako got arrested, you go back to the video. We look at it every day. There was a guy who had on this Blue Revolution or something a Saturday thing that CDC had. I've been hearing about that. The guy had on that T-shirt. He was far from the same. But because they saw CDC, they saw we are picture, they immediately pulled him over. Every time I look at that thing, it will take me back to 1990. God did not allow everybody to leave. Those who God wanted to leave this country, they left. I would never ever lie to you that I left this country. The records are there. The people, most of the people that stay in Badness, they are in that Badness state with my guys. We were in Jare, living with my uncle, walking, coming from Jare's market. We lecturing. We saw 6 men pass by us in gun. We even spoke to them. They answered us in a friendly manner. We had thought that it was AFL people who were feeding on coconut. Less than 5 minutes. We had gone firing here and there, everywhere, stray bullets moving, people running here and there. God says, Sam Andrews, all of your colleagues will go, all your brothers around you will leave, but you will stay here. We saw things here. If you had this, but you people know I need not explain this. I need not say. You know. The guy, because he was in a t-shirt that had, I think, Blue Revolution with weird picture on the police went for him. He was not at the prison or in from the prison like other people were. He was around behind public works. You could you could hear the journalists, those who are going live. Oh, they are arresting him because he got on CDC t-shirt. This guy has on C. The police are arresting him and he's doing nothing. He's just walking. And the police are moving to him to arrest him. And the guy just complied with them. They took him and put him. Few minutes after comes Janga Cole awful scene. Who told you the police did not know? Who told you what the 104, who the nursing firm? Who told you he don't know Janga Cole as the chairman of CDC? He was on the ground. He knew. Because he recognized him as the chairman. What happened? They moved on him. Even if you recognize the person as a party chairman, put it this way, assume that another party chairman was on that scene. You think they could have bundled that person into the pickup? No. So if you knew the man was the party chairman, or assume that you don't know, wouldn't you inquire? What is part of the responsibility of police is to use a discretion, and part of that discretion is to inquire, especially when the situation is not very tense. That was not a gun battle over there. It was just taking few people into prison and Liberians assembled. So there wasn't a hostile, tight atmosphere, warfare that you have no time to inquire. Even in tense situations, as we have seen of other situations that we learn from, they will stay inquire who you are. Please identify yourself. And once the person said, party chairman of CDC, say, leave the scene, leave now. We've seen that thing, man. Come on, you think that only here with no policing or getting experience? We've seen it in most areas. Ellen was there when Ellen King knew it. Ellen had Marines, many hall. See Ellen cover, see weapons. Ellen went to an event. We were there. The guys created a barricade, and people didn't know they were moving. I would never forget that. What did the guy do when the guy noticed that people were moving in the place that the other? He came and said, please, nobody pass here. You want to use this side, okay? Just like that. The guy said that 3 times. You say, yeah. That's security, yeah, man. The kind of people you feel comfortable with them. But not our guys, no disrespect, chief. There are a number of great police people, refined police officers who are well trained, but there are also some police officers who are brutal. They take on that predatory nature. They feel comfortable just brutalizing human beings. And that's what predator is. There are a number of trained, intelligent, refined police officers in this country. Some of those things they see their colleagues doing. They won't be happy with it. But they can voice it. So what happened? It's been almost 4 weeks What will it take the police to come out with that so-called investigation or review of that video? That was the end. You will never hear that, because you know why? The police authorities know that it was intentional. The video was showing a bad picture of the government, so they pretended like they took it serious by sending it. Why would you send such? Israel and Iran, what the people doing? The chiefs, they're assembling every day. They're looking at videos. They're looking at other things. They're not sending anything down to any place called professional standard division. They themselves looking at things, they're seeing some things, and they are taking action immediately. So that's it. When nothing come of it, and I'm not convinced anything going to come of it, I blame the very party chairman and even the party. It wasn't Jangako that should have given a news conference, but rather the party. In such a situation, it is institutional. He wasn't representing himself. He was representing the party in his capacity as the chairman of the party, because partisans of CDC were being jailed. So the party would release a position statement, but he didn't give the party a chance. Call a news conference quick, blast it, say XYZ. Sometimes you need to come to us and get our pieces of advice before. It's not the emotion that you put into things, it's how you reason out. That's why God said in James 1:19, be slow to speak, slow to quick to hear, and slow to anger. He didn't say you must not get angry. Nobody, God did not say people shouldn't get angry. A lie. That is a divine phenomenon. It is in everybody. But what did he say? He said, make sure you have it under control. Because the reason anger can be positive, it can be negative. But the positive anger is what he referenced that you show. Once it is not unto yourself to satisfy you, but it is affecting another person. In that case, the party was being affected. So the party needed to say XYZ, not to rush ahead of the party. So we're going to come out of that thing. And we can operate this way. The police needed to apologize. That statement they made. You know why they wrote it the way they wrote it? They said, oh, come on, your leader, man, that party there. It's just a matter of time before we extend them from the face of the earth. So let's just write something simply to say that we took it serious, but we finish beating that one, we handcuff you, we disgracing. Let's just write something yesterday. So the media will run with it all around, because the media are what they offer. They are not critical, they're just excited to share stories here, and they're running with this one, running with that one. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Today, nothing come of it. The senator in America, something come of it. Something. But yeah, oh, when police beat you, that's it. So that will be doing it for that. So Senator Snow said he is suing the government. Yes, another one. He is suing the government for what came out when the government accused him of using his influence at ECOWAS to destabilize. You are aware of that statement released by the Minister of Information, Jeremy Kia, and Unity Party supporters. They magnify it. In Liberian term, we say they make it thick. And Edwin Snow got scared. All the BMO he got scared. He reported to the Senate that his life was under threat, that he received threatening messages, and he didn't want to lose his 90-year-old mother. If anything happened to him, his death will be on the Liberian government and the Minister of Information, Jellimik Pia. His colleagues at the Senate gave it a deaf ear. They pretended. And let me inject this as we go forward. The guys at the Senate, the leadership, is a unity party leadership. Nothing that the president would do would not meet the support of the leadership, or the leadership of the Senate would not back it. Don't even talk about the House of Representatives. Yombli Kanga Lawrence would not have to come. She doesn't have to come out and say regime pro tem. It implies Yombli Kanga Lawrence is regime pro tem. It was the executive that manipulated everything that she goes on white ballot. So she has to be loyal to the executive. Had it not been for the executive, because of her alliance with Unity Party, young Bezonga Finley, we'll be talking about Bezonga Finley as speaker. All of us know how it went. We have colleagues in that Senate, good friends, that we sit, we lecture, they confide in us. Senator Snow said that since he laid his complaint before the leadership of the Senate, nothing. Meaning, he didn't hear from them, they didn't call him to say anything, how far it is now, what they have done, nothing. Based on that, he was suing the executive. Because you can't sue the government, you sue the executive. When you say in the government, the judiciary, executive, legislature. It was the legislature, not the legislature, but the executive that issued a statement. So, yeah, please tell me, my people, what's going to come of that? The goal was to silence Edwin Snow. The government knows, the executive knows that Edwin Snow is an influential figure, that Edwin Snow is a good friend of former President George Weah, that Edwin Snow announced his intention to become president of Liberia, that he will contest 2029. Edwin Snow is a magnet politically in Liberia. The government got scared by that. The executive knows that apart from Snow, there are others who are so strong, they could announce their intention. But we leave it and stick to Snow. So after Snow said that he was contemplating contesting the presidency, and he has started to build his political empire, and he is a political magnet in this country. Don't doubt that. Don't argue that. Snow is a political magnet in this country. Snow is a political heavyweight. Don't discredit him because he hasn't tasted the presidency. But if you have followed Snow in this country over the years, Snow is a political magnet, a political czar. He is an influential figure. That statement was not because Snow or the government had a right that Snow was using his influence, and Snow cannot. You're dealing with literate people at ECOWAS. That in fact, how can Snow use his influence at ECOWAS to destabilize ECOWAS, the military group, ECOWAS, the junta? So that thing the executive were doing was just a complete farce. They felt that, oh, look, this man running too fast, and this man is linked to Weah, and this man might likely, in the next 1-2 years, it would come up as the running mate to George Weah. And our goal is to make sure that we break everything around Weah so that he does not have the might to face us and will have it on a silver platter 2029. So I can say partly they succeeded in silencing Snow. That whole thing was a plan, was a game. The executive is working, man. Come on. They're working. It was organized. They partly succeeded in silencing Snow. It doesn't say that Snow isn't talking, he's talking, but isn't like before. Every word that comes from Snow mouth now is softly, sloppy, just like that. So where is his case going to go? Yeah, Yaka over there, since the regime speaker ordered the police to burst into Yaka's vehicle, Yaka is yet to get justice. This week he was at the Temple of Justice. He said he was told to come back the next day for a hearing. That's how it will be until. What's not going to care that thing? That's the people, the same people. It's just like you have a cartel, a well-organized syndicate, as we watch in movies. Everybody operating like they are, they are, they are, or they have the same goal, but they are different within the system. So if you run to a person that you think you're going to have rescue, that person is part of the person you left. Before you can get to that place that you think it is a safe haven, the people who are there, they're already aware of where you're coming from, what was discussed, everything. So they will pretend like they're providing you safe haven, but they are aware of everything. So you're not going to get the treatment that you want. That's how you're looking. You go to the place, that's the same people there. You go on the other side, that's the same people. So what kind of justice you going to get? It's the same syndicate. If I was Snow, I just maintain my radical posture. That's the only thing you can do. You have to be politically radical because the court not going to give you justice. What going to come of that? What going to come? The court does not have the bravery to cite any member from the executive because the president going to tell don't show up. And what the judge can do nothing. You order the arrest of President Walker, anybody in President Walker cabinet? You order the president arrest? Oh, come on. We've seen this thing over the years, man. We've seen it over the years. When the president said, don't honor that request from the court, don't honor that request from the legislature, it will happen. How many times Ellen tried a year? We are trying. We seen Walker. So if I was Snow, suing the government on what? On what? Or the executive on what? Chief, if I were you, I forget about court and prove to them I can silence them too by being politically radical. When they say A, you say B. When they say B, you say D. When they say D, you say C. When they say D, when they say C, you say E. When they say E, you say F. When they say F, you say D. You see, they will come to themselves. It is here that you're afraid. The government, every government is afraid of the opposition. You know why? Because the opposition has got nothing to prove. The government has the burden. So they are afraid. That's why you hear them say, "Oh, you want to do this, you want to keep the country as this, we're doing this, we don't want that." When you hear the government saying nothing, they are afraid. Everything that has happened in this country since Bouaga came to power, do you know that they know that the international community and other people have uh, uh, taken record of all of those things? They know that in the fullness of time, they're going to release them, and most of them will be damaging, that will discourage people. Who told you? They don't know. They know. That's the reason why they don't want further. They don't want you to be saying or expressing your opinion on things that it will just be like, okay, everything is okay in Liberia, no problem whatsoever. The country is safe, it's peaceful. Yeah, NTN Chesekedi there. He ain't his man. He ain't easy. NTN Chesekedi. What's the other guy? What's the other guy in Uganda? The NTN Chesekedi in Ghana. What's the other guy? Bobby Wine. Before Bobby Wine. Hey man, what's my man name? They beat him many times. They threw him in pickup. They put him in jail. All kinds of things. They took him to hospital for treatment because the way he was mad, you know. But he still remained radical. He's not entering any compromise with the government. He's not requesting any money. Government offering him money to remain silent as opposition. But he's critical. Listen, we don't have opposition here, man. Just have talkative. Just talk. When you finish yelling, you go to the same people, you take money from them. Scare people, call politicians. That's why the government is having its own way. So, Chief, don't waste your time. You're not going to get justice. You only made a political statement. I will consider it that way. That was a political statement. Thank God you made it in the chambers of the political house. But you're going to go anywhere with that thing. It doesn't say that we're controlling you. If you went to the court, fine, it will be okay. We'll run it because that's news. And you are a political figure, you are a news figure. But as far as I know of this culture, you're going to get nothing, and you knows very well. You're going to get nothing. So you just made a political statement in the Senate that you're taking government to court, announcement. Everybody hears it, knows it, but nothing you're going to get of it. If I were you, look in the government face, maintain your political consistency. Speak on those issues. Identify the government is. Look in the face of Mr. President and tell him when he's wrong. Look in the face of the executive and tell them if they are wrong. You can suggest, but just maintain your radical posture. Radical, being radical, it doesn't say it's not a war. It simply means you are bold enough. You are resolved. That's all. That's what radical is. You're not changing anybody's opinion. You're not radicalizing the atmosphere or anybody militantly. No, but you are facing up to the reality of the day, making them to know what they ought to do or ought to know, or disagreeing with them and preferring some suggestions. That's opposition politicking right there. Yeah, we don't have politicians here. Okay, so let's get to capital politics briefly. Then we are out. Let's get to capital politics. We should attribute this. We should give them the credit. That's what it is in journalism. It is not ours. We didn't do that. No. So the law say when there is an extract which is required in journalism, the only thing you do is you give the credit to that person or the institution because it is not your own but another person. BBC can extract, but you hear BBC say, according to CNN or a report from VOA, It's on their radio too, but they're giving the attribution because that's what the law say. You can present it like it is yours that you did that. When you do it, you don't need to make any attribution. So the guys are still fighting hard, people. Everything is upside down with them. They trying to put things together. This guy called Edward Yanti, I think the uncle of John Yanti. Remember now, the police said that LRB police, Gregor Cova. Yeah, God. Why our regional people are not swift? Why the guys regionally are not proactive? Is it that they don't hear some of these things that people say of them? We had the situation that Richard Kuhn wasn't speaker. He blasphemed. Ghana Parliament recognized him as speaker. When it lasted for several months, we live in a war of technology. After that, the Ghanaian Parliament will say nothing. Until recently, even recently, they didn't say nothing. Let me not say until recently. Rachel Kuhn was elected some kind of way recently. And they heard that, oh, the man just being elected speaker. So when they make him here, he was not speaker. To raise that issue in the parliament, nothing. The police director, he said that Yanti was picked up by Interpol, the Ghanaian Interpol. He was picked up by the Ghanaian government and sent back to Liberia. He went further to say again that the family, a family member brought him back. Two different statements there, implicating a sovereign state, a sovereign country in a thing that they do not know, which could sever or could break diplomatic tie. You don't lie on another government that they have done when they did not do. It is wrong in diplomacy. You don't say that the Ghanaian government turned over, told the Liberian government, John Yanti, when the Ghanaian government did not do it. You are tinting the reputation of the Ghanaian government. You are portraying the Ghanaian government to the other people as a weakling government who can be used at any time, especially in petty things, to get your aim accomplished. When this reached the Ghanaian president, he will communicate with Liberia president. Gregory Coleman knows that the Ghanaian authorities were not involved, but he said, the uncle now, who have been in this thing, the uncle talked to the media. He was on Spoon. So if you listen to the interview, because I think I bumped in late because my itinerary, I disciplined myself to that. Will listen to AB when he finished, convinced that he's off the air. Then now I have the right to go on the other side if I so wish. But I don't listen to Spoon at all. No, 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 no. I don't listen except by accident, maybe I sleeping because I have to wait when AB finish before I tune. Or when he finish, I go on to bed or I research him. I don't listen to radio again, and I really don't listen to Spoon. I can't tell the last time I ever listened to them. So we try to have a portion giving. I think somebody hinted that he was this relative of John Yanti was on. And I said, boy, the people under the business, once I finish listening to AD, it's official. I'm going to bed. We're getting ready for the next day. Whatever, that's it. So I said, okay, let me just have a listen. eh, because the person called and said, oh, he was on this at that time. So the guy, the guy gave his position, and you could tell which I'm about to play that, oh yes, the whole thing was a setup. The family, I don't want to say they are bad family, but I think the family got themselves caught up in a way that they should not. They got involved. I think we have lambasted the police director very well. And let me say, I think I tend to somehow agree with the police director that they gave in. I will not agree that they made a proposal, but I will agree when he said the family was involved. Because one of the sisters or two of the sisters that had the news conference last week, they confirmed. And this man being in a hotel and they being they being knowledgeable of this man being in the hotel, their brother all this time, and they said that the government promised 50,000 and 2,000 United States dollars was given to one alpha, and they still have the 2,000. If this man was a suspect, according to Gregory Coleman, all of those times they were taking this man into custody and then at the appropriate time arraign him before the court. But they've been keeping him in hotel, feeding him, telling him all kinds of stuff. So you could tell now, or you can tell that it was because this family member of his had been involved. That's the reason why he was being treated that way. So it's not necessarily that this man really. But anyway, let's have a listen to this Edward Yanti. Eh? Okay. Yeah, my news people told me that his name is Edward Yanti. Edward Yanti. Let's have a listen to him. Edward Yanti.
My relatives to stop too much lying. That's how create also fake stories. Because they didn't right.
Why did you turn John over? Because you spoke to one of your cousin and you said that she can trust you. You will not turn him over. Why did you turn him over now?
Because John came full of strength like Mary. Came up to his aid, rescued him, put him in the same heaven. All of them didn't call. Nobody ever sent him like $5 or 1 penny for John. So why do I tell her about his whereabouts?
Why did you tell that you can promise her that you will not turn John over, but yet indeed you turn him over?
Because she was stuck and she was trying to stuff that wasn't in the right position. She was putting things out of place. I knew she was recording. So when she asked me, she pretended like she came to congratulate me on my appointment and then later talked about John. To my utmost surprise, she asked me determined questions. So once again, a business call tonight just to caution my relatives to stop all that press, so-called press conferences they're doing. All that lies they're calling and saying, it should stop. It's really, really
Do you think John participated in the burning of the Capitol building?
calm down, my brother. In due time, follow the truth. Not bullshit.
Were you trying to admit John as to the witness? Or you were trying to turn him over? Were you hired by Senior Bachelor Yanti, or were you hired by the president?
Like I said, in due time, get the full story.
Now, tell me whether this man has not reached a conclusion. Tell me, listening to this man, my brother, in due time, you know, the question was, do you serve this country? LRB. But damn it, the Yanti family. Hey man, sorry. Oh. Along the way, when we start saying some things of your talking to your in a way, please, man, you don't get vexed with us, oh, because you're in the public now. You're under uh, the microscope. You people are newsmakers. The Yanti family. Hey, man, listen to this man again. The man, you can tell that the man has resolved. Truly, that the hotel, the whole situation with this hotel, they've been persuading this man. The essence, truly, John was right when he said they've been visiting his hotel, encouraging him, persuading him, offering money. Though this man did not say, but you can tell that it was true. When Stanton asked him the question, he said, "Oh, my brother, wait, in due time, we get to know." Meaning, you will truly know that this man yet know about it, and there where you will hear truly that fanatic cover and the guy burned that place. So the information that came up, yes, they want to use this guy as state witness because probably with John Yanti testifying against fanatic cover, it will lend further credence. It will make the evidence strong. A family member The family member. So you see, it looks that they went through the family member. The government may have gone through the family member using this guy. I think they say he's ambassador, eh? I think they say he's ambassador. I heard the news editor Compton was talking it in the newsroom. I think they said when he was asked about his employment, even though. Let's go back. Listen to the man. The man is confident. The man is confident that truly this man will be used as state witness. This is the state witness. They have the state witness that the Yanti family put up to testify against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys. See how the man is confident saying it. Let's go back to no, chief. I don't want you policeman. Police. I want my relatives to stop too much lying. Why? So he doesn't want the relatives to say anything. Everybody should be quiet. Nobody should come to the media. Nobody should go in the press. Nobody should say anything. Let it just be undercover. So you can tell also that he's embarrassed because he was forced to call Stanton when they were talking about it. He was forced to call in and say, "Oh, let me call because things are getting serious." And he was so it can be seen that our family using this man to lie on Fonati Kofa consciously below that true. So he said, let me call to clarify. Why you want the family? Why against the family going public about this thing? If this man, if you people ain't using this man,
Relative to stop too much lying. Let's not create also fake stories. Because they're great.
Why would you turn John over? Because you spoke to one of your cousin and you said that you can trust him. You will not turn John over. Why?
then why did he now? Because he promised the country that he was never ever going to turn John over. So it means John was in his custody. John was with him in Ghana. John was with him. So how can the police director tell us that John was turned over by the Ghanaian authorities? When you say turned over by the Ghanaian authority, it means that you issue a life for some such person, a fugitive notice that he's in Ghana, and the Ghanaian government launched a security search for him and pick him up and turn him over. Amen. Police chief, why it is true that we can question you for that. But by reasoning, by logical reasoning, you just brought in the Ghanaian government on this. I don't think that the Ghanaian actually did it. Because here is the thing. This man was in Ghana, and I sure he was saying it when he started to testify who he was with in Ghana, who picked him up in Ghana, whether it was the Ghanaian security or another person.
lying. Let's stop creating all sorts of fake stories. Because they're digging deeper graves.
Why did you turn John over? Because you spoke to one of your cousin and you said that she can trust you. You will not turn John over. Why did you turn him over now?
Because John came through on flat like Gilligan, and I came up to his aid, rescue him, put him in the same heaven. Not
Did you hear it? Did you hear? I came to his aid when he flew Liberia or fled Liberia. I came to his aid. I put him in a safe haven. So you see there. So they had kind of where the yeah. So because if you brought the Ghanaian government in, and this man is wanted by the Liberian government and the Ghanaian security, yeah, their intel tell them that this man is in XYZ place. As far as we know, as far as I know, my layman understanding, the person who is harboring or who is keeping that fugitive, that person too will also be rounded up because you are an accomplice. When you are hiding a person who is wanted, and Interpol or the security get to know where that person is hiding with the help of another person, that person will also be picked up. You tell me what I wrong. So how kind of the police are rather saying that Ghanaian government, you see, Edward Yanti exposed the police boss lie.
my relatives to stop too much lying. Let's stop creating all sorts of fake stories. Because they're digging deeper graves.
Why did you turn John over? Because you spoke to one of your cousin and you said that she can trust you. You will not turn John over. Why did you turn him over now?
Because John came through on flat like Gilligan, and I came up to his aid, rescue him, put him in the same heaven. Not one of them gives you a call. Nobody ever sent anything like $5,000 or $1 for a job. So why do I tell her about his whereabouts?
Why did you tell that you can promise her that you will not turn John over, but yet indeed you turn him over?
Because he was stuck in found stuff that wasn't in the right position to afford things. I was trying. I knew she was recording. So when she asked me, she pretended like she got to congratulate me on my employment, and then later talked about a job. So I was surprised. She asked me determined questions. So once again, this is called tonight. This is question my movement to stop all that so-called press conferences they're doing. When a lies calling the same, you should stop. It's real.
Do you think John participated in the burning of the Capitol building?
Now, my brother, in good time, follow the truth. It's not wrong.
Were you trying to make John a state witness? Or you were trying to turn him over? Were you hired by John Yanti or were you hired by the president?
Like I said,
That's it. You're watching and listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, the weekend edition. Today is Friday, the 20th day of June 2025. It's the weekend. Grateful to God for taking us from Monday to Friday. I keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. That's star 79 and star 24 hash today with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you can have your 10,000 and 15,000, 5,000 rather. That's 15,000 right there. And then you can have a great weekend. Very, very great weekend. Also, tomorrow, somebody will walk away with 1,000 United States dollars. Somebody will walk away with 1,000 United States dollars from just Squash and Win. Liberty Fortune, Squash and Win. The draw is on tomorrow. Time, that morning.
It's your bonario, Sibiri Pila Patala. Liberty Fortune Company is here for every one of us. If you want to get money easy, Liberty Fortune Scratch Scratch and wing, they will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. If you wanna get money easy, buy a liberty fortune scratch. Scratch and wing, they will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. So let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. Let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. You can play with your $1 US or equivalent 200. Simple mathematics. When you buy a liberty, you win your money straight. Liberty for two scratch and win game, making things easy. Oh. Just go to any scratch card pools, and you ask for liberty. Buy a card, then you play. Oh. Stand a chance to win. Oh. You can win up to 10,000 US. Yeah, if you wanna get money easy, oh. Buy a liberty for two scratch card. Scratch and win, they will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. If you wanna get money easy, buy a liberty fortune scratch and win, they will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I give the people bring. You happy to pay your children's school fee. Ah, yeah. So come and play a game. You know that game the people bring. You happy to pay your car repair. Ah, yeah. So come and we have money. It's not a game that people bring. You have to improve your business. Ah, yeah. So come and play a game. It's not a game that people bring. You have to pay your fine price. Oh, ah, yeah. So come and we have. If you wanna get money easy, buy a liberty fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. If you wanna get money easy, buy a liberty fortune scratch and win. They will make it a get kappa. Hey, yeah. So let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. Let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big Pafate. I say we are a big Pafate. So let me see your hands up for liberty. I say we are a big Pafate.
The draw is on tomorrow. You want to take that 1,000 United States dollars. Keep playing, squash, and you are certain to win. Too many opportunities created by God to take advantage of as you live in this hard economy under the reign of Judo Christopher. Let's read the text messages, not all, just some, and then we get to the phone line. Stephen Yakati said, we are going. Where are we? Where are we going as a country? Brown Sugari said, I asked the court to verify the Ghanaian authority was involved in the deportation of John. If not, that should be used as another to believe that the police isn't telling the truth in most of the stories. Please, guys, this is key. And he said, call the Ghanaian embassy to check. Yeah, Emmanuel, bro. Yeah, thank you, Chief. I think I gave you the next sign. Yeah, that my guy. I forgot about it, man. Dr. Kise Beseje. Yeah, Emmanuel, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, my own man, but I forgot. Yeah, that my man there, Dr. Kise Beseje. Yeah, NTA Kesechedi is not very active. I think he's off the same. Yeah. Dr. Kise Beseje. This guy is an opposition figure. Thank you, Mary, Emmanuel, bro. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Then bro goes on to say, from an honest perspective, the overwhelming majority of the Liberian people don't take serious action against the Liberia National Police when its officers embarrassingly brutalize us or mistreat people. Yes, referencing what I talk about the party's chairman, Jenga Cole. Yes, you're right. uh, Masare said, "We have got anything from this so-called government? Nothing." Yes, you're right. Too long, my dear. I want to read your comment, but too long. You just want to keep it in a simple way so that I can read it as clear for everybody understanding. You don't want to write 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. Yeah. So let's get to the line 077 223 9933 886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Those of you who are following online, the WhatsApp is 886 30 44 97. Let's take this person first. Hello?
Good evening, Israel. How you doing?
No, this is not Israel, Sam Andrews. Israel is in the morning. Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank God. And you?
Okay, this is Jonathan Sunday. I'll call you from Puebla community. Okay. The issue about John Andrew, let me say, John, this is very, very far. You people that are close to the authority, you have the idea to call the Ghanaian government to question them concerning about turning John over to the Liberia police. That's a good case. All that thing, what our doctor is saying in our recording concerning about John, his sister should start making rumors around here, and then start calling press conferences. It doesn't make sense. Gregor Kumo said, and we quote, a Ghanaian police would turn this guy over.
Okay, Chief.
Okay, that's a good case. So don't pass on there and forget what I said that speaking.
Yeah, Mama, just go straight to the point. Don't talk long. Other people calling, all the phones are ringing.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I said we can start from Gregor Kumo's statement by saying the Ghanaian police turned this arrested him and then turned over to Liberia police.
Okay, Chief. It's understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Start from there.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah,
Hey, lower your radio. Lower the radio. The radio don't have to be loud.
yeah, they lower.
When you are about to call, then you lower the radio.
Sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, my name is Maudi. What I want to ask is that they John here want to after this thing happened. I think he went Ghana before he brought a cousin got involved.
Yeah, the police director said he ran away. The police director said there was already a arrest order for him. He ran away. Yeah.
So the other two men what came from Nicola, what they arrested, you know about him too?
Huh?
Or new man after John something or new man from Nicola.
No, we know about that one.
One old lady was making an announcement, calling everybody from West Point, from Nicola, from this. They say the representative and man.
No, we know about that one.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, thank you. Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is my sister, your sister. Thank you for the show. Look, I listened to the both parties. Yesterday, the man said the Ghana police tell him over. But you know what man say? So here the man, I would say the truth now. Who would believe now in this country? He said the police tell all the man. The man say he tell all the man to the people. And they brought him to the country and they put him in the hotel and the family should start going, having press conference, all the place. What we listening to now? What do they want to go to jail because you want to get a job for the government? and he see what he did, he saw it, brother. He see what he did was right. Let him consider what we just see tomorrow. Thank you, I can say to you.
All right, Sissy. Yes, that's true. The man, I think the government man. Hello. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, I'm honest, and I call for my people corner down Coastal Hill, Western community. Mr. Andrew, judging from all the statements from the police director and that of the interview that was just played by you, it tells us that this case lacks substance because the police director made it clear yesterday that as a police director, he was, the criminal, wanted to negotiate with him. So if he tells us that a criminal can negotiate with the police directors, he tells you that this whole case lacks substance. Everything they are doing is just a make-up, and anybody cannot believe this story. So it is just lies, and I believe that this whole thing, God is the one that exposes them because they want to lie on the people, and there is no way. Thank you very much. So all those things are lies. The whole case is dead upon arrival. Thank you very much.
Have a nice weekend. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. This is my uniform, brother. Hello.
You are on the air.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to remind you that they made the person, the police director, of calling he a lot of kind of relative who are talking just now.
Yeah, he's the one.
He's the one. So that's my concern there.
Yeah, all right, man. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, man, you lower your radio. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Yeah, let's hear you. When you call the radio loud, I'll cut you off and go to the next person. Before you call, I know that why. Hold on. I know why. Before I can open the line or could open the line, you people were listening loud. I know that very well. All of us do that. But once you hear the person saying, "Let's go to the line now," then you lower your radio because you're about to call. When the radio is loud, once you call, it runs straight in the earpiece. And if it's too loud, it can affect the ear. Yeah? I'll beg you.
Okay. I did not even have radio around me.
No,
but
I'm saying it for everybody, not specifically you.
From another street, like I'm Peter David Castle. You see, Mr. Sam Andrew, that's why, and I've consistently informed this particular government that you are presiding over an educated and intellectual society. And you see how the case is going. So, John Yanti cannot be used as a state witness for the government, because when you look at the contradiction of the police director and Gogol Kuma, you say this man was sent over by the Ghanaian security. And look at Liberia. Look at the kind of open society. Then the police director went open it and gave us that kind of elementary information. You know what I mean? That's an extradition. When you talk about Ghanaian or a foreign and a country sending over your citizens, that's an extradition. It cannot be done in secret.
Okay,
it cannot be done. So look at what Edward Yanti is saying today again. So these guys are just gallivanting around with fallacious statements and fallacious evidence. The case is not going anywhere.
Right.
We are observing the process, and we told the government that this government, we are going to use our intellectual education to address them intellectually. Thank you very much.
Have a nice weekend. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Mr. Sam Andy, this is our this time here. I joined a discussion from Omega Market, the legacy of former President Weah. Are you getting me?
Chief, if I'm getting you, I will not say hello. I will not speak to you. I understand you. So you speak.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sam. Mr. Andrew,
Yes,
my problem is, you see, in the spoken, those are all without government, but we're sitting and keep people careful and listening. We want to get our reliance for tomorrow. When a security officer arrests a person, what's the law that there? It can put the law that says when you arrest somebody, take the person to a hotel before, after certain time, and take the person. Where the law we want to know, that the law being put there so that we can know. Because every action of a policeman or security person, I think is backed by the law that they get on their books. That is called the law to us. That the law when we go to in the public place, want to know that law that says when you arrest a person, take the man to the hotel for 30 period of time before taking the court or to the depot. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Hello. Yes, let's hear you. You are on the M. No, you want to change your location. I think the weather. Change your location. It rained heavily today, so
Hello?
the line will be cracking. I understand
Hello?
that. Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Hawa Kone calling from the MCTC community. Look, you know, they before they come and read my role, you can already know they have lost the case. So since they believe that it makes the state wasteman simple, that they invite international investigators, that they can send a show that fanatic very big. They are then invite international investigators to come and investigate the case. Simple.
Nobody people finish. The people finish. I find the people concerned that the people who did it I go. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Ambrose, Mr. Ambrose calling from the Ghana View.
Ambrose didn't get last name.
I said from Ghana View.
Let's hear you.
Okay. You see the Ghanaian government, we're talking about Interpol, the way police act, he can talk and do things. It seems as though he never went to police school. The fact of the matter is, responsible government Ghana will never come and turn over a situation like the Liberian government turning over the Guinean to the people in Guinea, because junta government. There must be a turnover load. It is an Interpol work. When they bring the president, they turn the president over to the Liberian government. There will be a turnover.
You went off, Chief. You went off. Where do we go? Hello.
Hello? Yeah?
Hello.
How are you?
Hello on your radio.
How are you? Okay. I just want to ask Prophet Koma, this because when he left this country and he came back on the 6th of June, why he didn't have a press conference to tell that some people, the secretaries that left the country are being arrested and turned over to the Latvian government? This is what I want to ask Prophet Koma.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, he understood your question.
All right.
Okay. Have a nice weekend. Hello.
Yes, sir. Then Andrew, are you?
Let's hear you.
Yeah, at all council.
Let's hear you.
Then Andrew. Any trained police officer without behave and carry the need to the public, that man never went for training. The man entered the police as SOD man. What kind of trained man will be the president in a country that they will not fight to protect the police? Police is there to protect life and property. Are you sitting at that there, the cold horse for you to keep people there? So what he's doing, small shame better than big shame. Even though that the government, nobody will carry you anywhere, but you should stop it.
Okay.
That is listed. What me? Trying the mayor. Thank you. I forgot what the name.
Thank you for calling. Let's go out of Liberia. Oh, it went off. Hello. Let's hold on. Let's take this one. Hello. 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 You are on the air.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Andrews. Good afternoon.
Yes.
From your end.
Are you faring?
Yeah, I'm Maure, and I'm calling from the US. You know, from what we sense here, And from some relative, distant relative to these people, poverty is the cause of what's going on now. Because the family was promised huge money and they would take them to Europe to live there. The family of Fonati, the family of Desensible, the family of the lawmakers as a whole will not chase them. They will carry them away from Liberia, they will live. So they went by that. And some will get job, the government will get some of them job. When they're not asking their son, will you agree? They were happy. Will you agree? This is what the people saying. The family behind the ball came to the conclusion. And the ball is telling them he innocent, even he communicating with his cousin who he say, I'm innocent of this. And they're telling me to lie on the people because I'm close to Honorable Simbo and working in his office or close to him. So I should lie on him and lie on the rest. I can't do that. And the family, the Yanti family, they're spoiling the crew people name. They're spoiling our name. Poverty.
No,
The cause of these things here.
They are not spoiling the group people knew that their family need damaging so.
I'm telling you. Why should they accept to do this behind the ball? Because the ball works in the lawmaker office, close. And the ball look at what in fact he ran away according to the cousin we yell yesterday. He said the ball run from Liberia because he saw what they were doing to the other boys that worked in Fanatic Kofa office. He said, from this boy, they coming to also me, I will go to my people, I live for here. But we're not police bringing arrest that mean to leave Liberia. No. From what the family members told us here. He saw what went on. They told them to a snake cage, treated them. He said, no, I can't stand this. That's how he left. But he didn't run away because he committed any crime. No, he innocent.
No, not at all. No.
Now they're looking for somebody to come up. They think the ball will do it. The one they came up. But what Gregory Coma doing? He's looking for trouble between the crew and the Gisi, or the Southeast and Lofa. We don't want that. So thank you. That's all I have to say. They should be careful of what they're doing. Liberian name is ugly out there.
Thank you so much. Ugly. Thank you for calling, Mama.
They're making us shame.
Yeah,
they're making us shame. Thank you.
Okay, let's go this way from one lady to another. Hello. You are on the air.
Yeah, I'm patient for tomorrow. Yeah, my advice.
Patient what?
Great. For tomorrow. My advice to the young family. Anything happen to that boy, they will learn a thing over. They should pay.
No, I think we're talking about big you. You don't sit down over there and be talking. No. You know, now what we're talking here, that democracy here, they're not war, they're not killing Benin here. We're big here. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, Semachu. Oh, this is Mohammed Donzo for Finance Junior.
Yeah, let's hear you, Mohammed.
Hello?
Yeah, you are on the air.
Yeah. Well, I don't want other people, the lady from the state, she made a statement. I don't want her saying that the conflict should go between the Northern and the Southeastern abroad. We are from the North. We love that we are mental district in local county. Whatever person we are. So I don't want to say the North and the Southeastern people. Please, we are loyal because we are in North there.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Thank you all. I was trying to check to validate something about what is unfolding at the Monrovia Central Prison. I can't say anything in detail because I do not have what it takes to speak definitively, but the place was crowded up, barricaded by officers of the Liberia National Police, riot police, at the Morovia Central Prison. I don't know whether they have gone for somebody or carry somebody, but what I can confirm to you, they were at the Morovia Central Prison not long. Yes, not long. I can't say that suspect was carried or somebody was released, but the police, there was the police presence there. Okay, thank you all. You did extremely well. So let's take this break. Then when we come back, we talk something away from politics. Let's go this way. Some of you already know. You already know this break. Let's go. Some people ain't know, but some people know the break already. Yes. Where is the break? Let's go. Think stupid, but we aren't stupid, and we can think stupid. Yes, Burning Spear, not stupid. I told all of you to get a copy of this song. Just play it in your house, not to provoke anybody, not to provoke your enemies, not to provoke your political opponent. No, it's just a message to position you as you head into 2029. Open your eyes, stretch your ears, observe, take note. Everything the man said, you see it today. So let's go home with a mentor, or say insensitivity of many people. Let's go home with that. Liberia culture is one that people are so easy, many people so easy to use, abuse them, because they are not king. They flow with the wind. If you study Liberia's culture carefully, you'll see that most people just flow with what they see people do or people say. And they have no time to validate any one of those things or to check for themselves, because they will be making a decision. And every decision you make, every decision is costly. Every decision in life that you make is costly. There isn't any decision that don't go or associated with a cost. Don't understand cost entirely and exclusively to mean money. No, it means anything that will cause you to go beyond or against your will. That's what it is. So most Liberians, and what I'm about to talk about, or I'm talking about, you find it amongst most women, girls, aged women. You find it among them. And it is not bad to do what they do, but you want to do a little research first before. If not, you will be bullied. It's not because you hear the people do it in this country, in XYZ country, so you think you should do it here. And when you do it, you are showing that you are mentally sophisticated to that. No. I am referencing what most people do. That is, it's not fair to you. It only shows that you're not the person who really can put your mind to work. You flow with the wind. And when it is working against you, then you tend to portray yourself in a way that people should feel for you. In the social space, what is referred to as social media or Facebook, because one or two persons came out with this thing called lock profile, you find many people now, they're doing that. They think that it is just something, or they are a high profile person, or I don't know how they think of themselves. So you find very many people, they lock profile, then they send friend requests. You want to ask some of your friends who do that, ask them, what is the meaning of lock? Because lock means you're shooting off. You want to have nothing to do. There should be no visibility, no contact whatsoever. So you lock, then you send friend requests. What's the sense in that thing? So I thought to share. I asked the repository of knowledge. I asked the repository of knowledge to help me with some tips, some understanding. People just wake up in the morning, you think you're talking a big girl or big boy or big man. You think you're doing something good, you lock profile. So I asked the repository of knowledge, and they went into the telecom sector. Since it is technology, they supply me with a couple of ideas, what they refer to as bad mannerism of profile lock or locking profile. They started by telling me, locking your profile, locking your Facebook profile, while providing more privacy can hinder. That's the first thing they gave me. Your way, I will run through it as fast as I can so you can share your opinion too, because some of you, you like it, then you send friend requests. Then no way for the person to access you, but you want the person to send you friend requests. Some of them can even go to ask you when they see you in person. They send you friend requests, so they like their profile. Then when they see you in person, they say, oh, I send you friend request. You want to confirm my friend request. That's illiteracy to the core. So they went on to tell me, they say, Sam Andrews, locking your Facebook profile while providing more privacy can hinder, that means frustrate professional networking, limit visibility to potential connections, and reduce engagement in public conversations. They went further to tell me that it may also be misinterpreted by some as a sign of secrecy or unapproachability. That means you are unapproached. They can't access you because you create a buffer between. Then they stopped there. They said, reduce visibility and discoverability. And forget about how those words that sound TTT. That just the jargon for them. They say harder to find are the first one they gave. That people not on your friend list won't be able to find your profile through search. People not on your profile, people not on your friends list won't be able to find your profile through search because you lack it. You shut the door, you're gone. The next thing they told me that I should be careful and not to do it, limited public engagement. Limited public engagement. They said you can share, you can't share posts or content publicly, potentially limiting your ability to participate in conversations or promote your work. And I think the reason for this limited public engagement, because that's the essence of the platform. People, you share your ideas, you engage into discussions, you talk about a lot more, and they too share theirs with you. There is nothing. I don't think people engaging into sinister thing, trying to say organize a coup that would engage into a warfare that you need to lock your profile. I think most of the people, they are just open, friendly people. But because they hear their friends or they see their friends doing it, so they just do it too. And they don't even know. Some of them even know how to unlock their profile after they lock it. Because I heard somebody say that, please help me. They just go, a friend will say, oh, go to the place, go to the, if it ain't a lock. Now the friend is not around to help you unlock it so that you will start communicating, posting your photos, doing other things, because you know. That's why the guide said, limited public engagement. You can share posts or content publicly, potentially limiting your ability to participate in discussions or promote your work. Say, if I lock the profile now, I own the show. People want to access me. Maybe I put the show on the page, and the person say, oh, I was unable because of my work, so I could not follow Real Talk. Or let me get on the page. They go there, a lack. So if the people wanted, now they say, let's go on the page to get it. So, well, Sam was talking about assistance for Kings FM. So we get that information, then we know how to process the information and get to EB. So they go now a lack. So how they can access it? No way. What are you hiding? That you locking your profile? Yeah. What you what you really get to hide? Except maybe you putting all kind of thing in there that you want people to see it. And listen, let me tell you, there are sophisticated people in this country. There are people who are techno savvy. That means they are very clever. You can unlock your profile. I mean, you can unlock your page. You leave. Somebody can open it in no time. That thing is not a guarantee. The guy told me the same thing. So that is there. Then what did he say? Missed opportunities. That potential client, if you're doing it on a business level now, because Facebook is one of the way you trade business. You sell your products on it, you make people to know. You see some people, they get a boutique on it, they get different ads on Facebook. They're selling their products. And people get on Facebook to know some things. So the guy said potential clients. That means somebody who is set or want to do business. Potential clients, employers or collaborators might miss your work or updates if your profile is locked. Secrecy or unapproachability. According to him, some people might perceive a locked profile as a sign of being secretive or unwilling to connect. That means it will be understood as this person is unfriendly. This person is not reachable. This person is antisocial, especially in professional context. Negative assumptions. According to the professionals, the experts, that people might assume you have something to hide, even if your intentions are purely private focus. So they will just assume negatively that you have something to hide, that you are engaging into this, you are a colleague, you are this person, you are that person, you can do this, you can do that, so you lock it. They'll just give the people that understanding. What other thing they share with me? He said, yeah, can hinder networking. Lock profiles can make it harder to connect with new people or expand your professional work. Limit business promotion. That if you are using Facebook for business, locking your profile can restrict your ability to reach potential customers or clients. Then they say difficulty verifying information. Difficulty verifying information. That some people or organizations using social media to verify information might find it difficult. A locked profile can make it harder for them to confirm anything. And what other thing they said? Loss of engagement features. That locking your profile may prevent you from using certain engagement features like those offered by other people because you close everything now. You close everything. Very interesting. Let's get to you. Share your experience. You see people, you see tons of friend requests, and amongst those friend requests, you see lock, lock, everything lock. So that's it. Let's go home the weekend this way. Let's see. Share with me whether you have experience of that and how whether you have engaged into it too. Let's try this one. Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you are on. You went off, Chief. You went off. You want to call back, you went off. Yeah, I just want to have your experience, whether it's something that you have done, you stopped doing it, or you just experience it. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, call.
Yeah.
This is Gus having a call from Broad Street.
Yeah, let's hear you, Gus.
Let me say first that it is too hard for someone to like the page and at the same time be requesting of someone friendship. For me, I'm very meticulous when it comes to accepting friendships online. The first thing I do when I receive any request is to go to that person's page, see what kind of activities the person has on their page, see some of the friends that the person got on their page
Yes,
or in the friends list.
that's true.
Before I accept any friendship.
Yeah, you have to validate the page.
Is that everybody that make a request that you can respond to positively? So
Okay.
I've experienced that. Right now, I think I got roughly 20-something of them. Some of them will not even post or how you got a profile picture, but they are asking you to accept their friend.
But have you ever locked your profile before?
I haven't done it because I see no reason.
Okay.
I see no reason to lock my page.
And you can advise people to do it?
I can't. I can't advise people to like the page. One thing I know is that there are people who will want to access your page or how you call it illegally, and they will be asking you to how you got it or maybe sign into some websites or links.
But
there's not every link that you can click on.
Don't
That's one of the first things because I think I can lead to your page being hacked.
But don't you think?
But besides that,
the only thing is because most people, for whatever reason or the situation, they misplace their phone and people take it if it is not locked. They do some things inside there and then it's on the person who has the phone. The person is embarrassed. Trying to clarify that I'm not that kind of person. I can do this, as we saw in the past.
If it should happen, probably it will happen maybe for a day or two. You lost your phone today, and you had your account open, and your account, but it's not going to be perpetual. That is not hacking, because it's only in your accessing your account because you left it open. Or hacking is the process through which your account was locked and somebody bypassed to enter it. That's hacking.
Okay.
So with that, I can advise anybody to lock the page. For me, like I said from the onset, I want to see who is making a request just as much as I have my own account open and sending a request. I expect you to check me up. I want to check you up too if you were doing the same.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You are right. Okay, Gus. Thank you so much,
Okay.
man. Thanks for the input.
You're welcome.
Josephus Manning said, I get a lot of friends requests like that. I can just pass by them because they can open for me to know who it is. Yeah. The Josephus said he has a lot of friend requests, but almost or majority of them, they are locked. So he doesn't know how to confirm. So Josephus, you know what you do? Listen, this is what you do. When a person sends you a friend request and then they lock the profile and you can access them, right on the left side, and you know, the D word there, you see delete. You delete. That means that person is off. Because when you just keep friend requests, remember now, they are on. They are within your 5,000. So if you are around 5,475 and around 65, almost 75, send your friend request, and then you just holding on. By the time you reach that number, Facebook will tell you that, yeah, sorry, you can't accept any friend request. You can't confirm, because of that.
Hello?
So you delete. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, Loa, where you are? Where you are, Chief? But no, but you can be on motorbike. Hey, come on, man. How will you be on motorbike? Then you call. You're risking your life if you are the driver. You're risking your life if you aren't the driver. You're risking you and the driver's life. How can you be on motorbike? Then you're calling the breeze. You are not understanding anything. You want to participate if it is of interest to you as you call, then you tell the driver to park or you can get off. So, Jojo, that is there. Delete. But it's not good, ladies. I know everyone has their reason why, but it's not good. When you send a friend request, you just after a few times you go and check, because some people are very frequent. Some people live on the internet. They are living on the internet. So if you send a friend request less than no time, they see the notification. So they will want to know the person who has sent that friend request. Personally, I really don't accept friend requests simply because people send me friend requests. No. If you send a friend request, I should access. And if I can access you as you can access me, because the reason you send friend requests, you access the person's page and you saw it a lot. And so you are encouraged, you are motivated. So you say, oh, but then I can make the person my friend. Let me befriend this person by sending friend requests. So when you send it now, the person too wants to know who the person that sent the friend request. Then when they get to you, it lock. Then, so what I do when I see that, because I've been hearing people over the time talking about it, but I have not had that experience. No, I will not lie. No, I've heard people talk about it over and over. I saw lines, I saw some jokes, all kinds of things on social media or Facebook for months. It was recently that I experienced that. I think I have 2 or 3, so I thought to share that with you. But before then, I said, let me ask the repository of knowledge called the internet, the tech people. So trying to get there to know who that person They say, oh, log, you can't answer log. So I get that you're right to lock. Equally, it is my right to delete. So everyone, whether 2 or 3, I think they're just 2 or 3, yeah, I just deleted, delete. So when you come now, you want to, then Facebook will tell you that no, and you don't allow the person to delete you. No. So it will mean now that the person will have to send you friend request. That's why plenty of things the guy explained to me. Our girls and ladies, when I say ladies, I mean the age one, because most of you jump in it too. You take time. Not because you hear this person or you see the person do it and you jump. They get something they call check. You will find out why this person doing this. Is it that this person just doing it because he or she feels comfortable doing it, or somebody must have explained this to this person? If I am close to this person, can I ask this person? Can I ask this person why? So that education you have, it will put you in a position to know whether you should do or you should not. Another experience I had, it being yes. Let me share it with you as we go home. It's the weekend. The weekend at Jolly, you're enjoying yourself. Yeah. So I used to have password on my phone. It is based on that today, I can never use password. From that day that thing happened to me, I said I will not use password. It being about 3 or 4 years now. I used to like using password. Oh, it's like because a smartphone. Papa. Guess what? One day, I received an information. I called, and then about to drop the call, the caller said that I will call you back because it was an occasion. They wanted me, I think, to serve as something. Yeah. So it said, we'll call you back to give you the detail. I say, yes, no problem. I was ready. Hey, less than an hour. Yeah, just say an hour plus. The call came in. I recognized the number. Yeah, I think I did stole the number. Yeah, in a way that I want to finish. Hey, people, the thing I'm telling you, that past war, today, that phone sport damage it. If I tell you that past war, it ever went all the way, I tried. Not that I was missing it. I knew it, just how I know my 2 numbers off here. Anytime midnight, you wake up and say, what is your number? What is your Lone Star number? 0776 36 40 40 45. What is your Circum? What is your Lone Star number? 0886 673922. That thing say I will now open, and truly, look, how to get that information. And small thing was behind that information, because when you finish performing, they'll call you for your late envelope. The password say it will not go. The phone can't open. I call the RT guy, my man. I get the phone to the man fall. You know what? You can break down real good when the RT man say, my man, they want you. No, you can't make it. Chief. My man, right there, I gave her, I threw the phone down. The phone bust. That angle, I just said to myself, from that day, from today's day, that day, I said, no password. No password, I can't use it. So at the end of the day, what did the guy say? He said, and you see the phone here, the screen. He said, every time you're sliding, he said, the rate is gradually fading. It's gradually fading. Your hand on it like this. What is station phone? Yeah, okay. A station phone. Say you're doing it all of the time. And you can see it. Yeah, you're doing it like this. He said gradually, gradually. At a certain point in time, it will be unable to move freely. He provided education. He went deeper. Said, well, it makes sense. So Rita Hart. So you can like your profile picture too, because the way you're laughing, you can like your own. Eh? That's true. Is it the one Rita laughing? She can like her profile. What Emmanuel Bro say before I go? Emmanuel Bro say I opened my Facebook page June 2011, and I haven't logged it since then. In my view, locking one's Facebook page sends bad and negative thoughts to others. Yeah, the guy said it. He said it in that live right out he produced. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. I saw Josephus on. He said he has a lot of them. So delete. Emmanuel Bro, do the same thing. Delete. I have not experienced it. Or just I think a day or two. Two persons sent me friend requests. I went to check. I saw lock. So I said, oh, this is what the people are always talking about. At least I have the chance to experience it. But guess what? I just went on the side, delete, because when you log, it means that you don't want to access me. So why should I keep waiting to access you? No, I delete. Simple. All right. That's it, man. Yeah, thank you. That's all the time we've got to be on the show. The news is on at 6 o'clock. And then at 6:50, CDC hour is on with Isiaka Sharif at 6:50. 6:50. You don't want to miss it. And then at 8 o'clock, Face the Issues with Tisha Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Wayne. That will be for it today and this week. We're back next week, Monday, if God permits. Again, before I go, let me say thank you to all of you people who have shown concern by accepting our appeals to be of help. You're not doing everything for us. We're not putting our entire burden on you. No, but we've only asking you whichever way you can be of help, because we are challenged. We've got limitations, and this is not to be shamed. God sanctioned that. If you need help and you don't have it, make an appeal according to him and you will have it. Don't incur with shame. All of you, very many of you have done extremely well. We appreciate all of you. You have shown concern. Thank you so much. So much. But yeah, I can't take call right now because the show is off. Yeah, I know that you are calling to say something of vital importance, but I can't take this international call. Time is off for the show. So we appreciate all of you. AB has started telling you people, I think, don't worry, the number will be out. Everything, we're trying to sort everything out real good. And then by the time everything is sorted out, you will know exactly how to process your contribution. Those of you already in Liberia, you know what to do. Some of you know the radio station. One rim or sheet, it will be good for us. One folder, it will be good for us. Just anything that you can say, I'm taking this to Kings 88.5. We'll appreciate it. Thank you so much. You have done well and continue to be that good person. Thank you. We are here for you and we are making the sacrifice for you. That's it. So I'm Sam Andrews. We're back next week, if God permits. Shalom.